This is Cromwell's Curiosity Shop presents a Michelle Cromwell production.
It is.
Now, what is our feature today, and what have you learned by glancing at Wikipedia for 10 seconds?
Okay, we're watching the 1959 version of House on Haunted Hill by Vincent Price. It's about a bunch of people that get put into a house, and whoever makes it into the morning gets $10,000, which is a whole lot of money.
Back then, I bet.
It's still a whole lot of money now.
It's probably like $100 back
That's
then.
a lot of money. We're going to have to do the currency converter. We haven't done that yet.
But
either
lack
way,
of preparation annoys me.
I know, lack of preparation.
Okay, let me start hitting buttons over here, and the thing will go out of focus.
Also, socks.
Okay. Let me play.
I like how squishy here on the couch, like a little troll. Sitting in a futon hole.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's a calm movie. You shouldn't worry about anything. Ah! She was scared. That sounds like the downstairs neighbors during one of their rants. They had parties. I wonder if you can hear the parties downstairs. They're having right now. Actually, it sounds like Chuck waking up.
Long.
That guy's head.
The ghosts are moving tonight, restless, hungry.
Why would ghosts be
May I
hungry?
introduce myself?
Why is his nose a
I'm
different
Watson
color?
Pritchard. In just a minute, I'll
Probably,
show you the only
alcohol.
really haunted house in the world.
They have a makeup department, don't they?
Since it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it. Since then, I've owned the house. I've only spent one night there, and when they found me in the morning, I was almost dead.
I like his head floating like that.
Okay. Oh, here comes Vincent Price's
Hey, we
floating
should go
head.
green screen and have
I'm Frederick Lawrence.
What's with the floating heads?
I don't
And
know.
I've rented
Oh,
the
look at that.
house
I want
on
that
Haunted
mustache.
Hill
Look at
tonight
that.
so that my wife can give a
I
party.
could do that, right? I could have pulled that off.
Haunted house party. She's so amusing.
Oh, he's acting up a storm.
There'll be food and drink and ghosts
And me.
and perhaps even a few murders.
I don't care.
You're all invited.
Okay.
If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000. Or your next of kin in case you don't survive.
So if I put...
Okay, ladies. 12 hours in the house with Vincent Price, and all you got to do is defend him from demons
It
and
was my
monsters
wife's
and
idea
shit.
to have our guests come.
I
to the
think
funeral
we're all
parlor.
in.
She's so amusing. Her sense of humor is, shall we say, original. I dreamed up the hearse. It's empty now, but after a
That's
night
what
in the
old-timey
house on
hearse
Haunted
looked like,
Hill,
huh?
who knows?
Are they all in hearses?
This is Lance Schroeder, a test pilot,
Yeah.
so no doubt a brave man. But don't you think you
Lance.
can be much braver if you're paid for
Can our
it?
kid be named Lance?
And I happen to know
Lance
that Lance
Mannion.
needs the 10,000 I'll give him, if he's brave enough to stay all night.
Sound like Lance
This
a
is
lot?
Ruth Bridges.
driving
You've no
so
doubt read her
slow.
column in the
Pearls.
newspapers.
Does that mean
She
she's
says her reason for coming to the party is to write a
unmarried?
feature article on
Did she get
ghosts.
pearls?
She's also desperate for money. Gambles. You've already met Watson Pritchard, a man living in mortal fear of a house, and yet he is risking his life to spend another night here. I wonder why. He
$10,000.
says for
She
money.
didn't get it because he's already been there.
This is Dr. David Trent, a psychiatrist. He claims that my ghost will help his work on hysteria.
Why does everybody
But
have
don't
a
you
looks
hat?
see
so
a little
nervous.
touch of
Why
grief
Everybody
does he
has
used
a
to wear
hat.
hats?
around the mouth
He's
and eye.
confident. What are you talking about?
This is Nora Manning. I picked her from the thousands of people who work for me because she needed the 10,000 more than most. Supports her whole family. Isn't she pretty?
What?
The party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find the house on Haunted
This looks
Hill.
like it's made of Legos.
Yeah, it's not very haunted. It's like modern.
Mausoleum-y.
It looks like they built the last 10 years. That's like...
Does Cromwell look Like
not Victorian, that's new.
gardening paving stones.
Well, you read the Wikipedia. What's the house like?
I'm not allowed to tell you the spoiler. I told everything I'm allowed to tell. All of these women have amazing carrying cases. Like, what are they going to wear the next day? They're just going to wear the same thing the next day. They don't bring a change of clothes.
It's 12 hours.
Just like a nightie?
You know, wouldn't you stay up if you think you're going to be killed?
What?
If you're going to be killed in 12 hours, wouldn't you just stay up and not bring your night? Just stay, can't you push it for 12 hours staying awake? Just hang out, play some games?
Me, I feel like there's no monster trying to take a fucking nap. If he needs me, he'll wake me up.
Well, someone killed the last bunch of people.
Yeah, well, they're gonna kill me if I'm alive or awake, and I'd rather not panic.
I don't like this house. It's not very haunted. It's got the same pattern over and over again.
I don't think that's San Francisco, but I'm going to pretend it is.
It's gotta be LA. Everything's shot in LA, right?
Yeah. They used to shoot a lot of stuff upstate. It looks like they're getting out there to decide to murder somebody, or like rob a bank, or both.
Look at it. Why are they? What's the?
Nobody brought a flashlight.
No, what
Nobody brought a flashlight. They're having a party in this house.
Wait a minute. There's cobwebs. Why is there cobwebs?
Because if they make it through the night, they get $10,000. But it's also supposed to be a haunted house party.
The entire interior looks old timey, but the outside looks like a new age crap.
Where is everybody?
It isn't a very warm welcome, is it?
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
Okay, weirdo.
Are we all strangers to each other?
He's the weird Doom character.
Don't you two know each other?
Doom.
I'm afraid I don't even know your name.
I'm Nora Manning.
Lance Schroeder.
Is Frederick Lauren a friend of yours?
I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
I work for one of his companies, but
Why
I've
are
never
they
seen him.
standing so
I've
close
never
for
met the
just
man
having
either.
met?
Just a phone
It
call.
looks like they're
You
trying
know
to pair
him.
him up.
No,
It looks like they're already
Then
paired
you're
up.
the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
And 5 wives, I believe.
Goodness.
4, I think, so far.
It's been busy.
$50,000 party for only 5 people is a little steep, even for a millionaire.
Well, if I were going to haunt anybody, this would certainly be the house I'd do it in.
Oh, well.
Who closed the door?
The haunted house guy?
This thing's made of solid steel.
How do you know that was going to fall?
Okay.
See, we're supposed to think, what the hell?
He doesn't look too concerned, does he?
Oh, what the happened? He's smiling now. What the hell? God, missed him. I like that bucket has got snakes on it.
Our guests are here, unfortunately still alive. Is your face on yet?
You say unfortunately or fortunately?
Dust and dirt everywhere, and the water barely trickles.
Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
Atmosphere, darling. You know how ghosts are. They never tidy up. And that's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable.
He just
for a
watches
party.
a chandelier, like, nearly fall on them, and then
Spend
he
the night
wanders
ghost
off
party
to
was
see
your
if his
idea,
wife's
remember?
ready for dinner.
Since it's going to cost me
What are they doing
$50,000, I want you
downstairs?
to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Friends?
Why would you
Do
have to
you
pay
have any
$10,000 for your
No, your
friends?
jealousy took care of that.
I had a
This
reason
seems
for inviting
scrambled.
each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money. Now let's see if they're brave enough to earn it.
And you call this a party?
Could be.
Why do you always do that? It spoils the champagne.
It might explode.
Never does.
Would you guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork. Will you join me?
No, thank you.
Or just beam it off the side of her head and
Try
really
to prove
piss
your
her
humor.
off.
My humor is fine, and I haven't poisoned it.
It's always good to know that.
I sense some tension in the relationship, Michelle.
Have some. You'll enjoy the party more. Go
Are
on.
you going to try and kill everyone again?
Your trust is so touching. And I'm not going to the party,
What?
Of all
Why
my
did she even
wives,
show
you're
up at the
least
house then?
agreeable.
but still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million and tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free, and your possessiveness is maddening.
If ever a man had grounds for divorce,
But can't prove them.
the time will come. You'll slip up one of these days,
Think so?
if I live long enough. You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes. Arsenic on the rocks. Annabelle,
So that the Adams
you'd do it
family.
again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't
I
you?
think if I'm a millionaire, I
What
could
makes you
somehow
think
get my
that?
wife dead.
Something about
Especially if I
you.
thought she poisoned me.
How about you just call the police?
I
Hank is
definitely
very
wouldn't have to
uncomfortable in case you get
go through
any
this whole
more
haunted house thing.
ideas. Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, the only ghoul in the house is you.
And don't sit up all night thinking of ways to get rid of me. It makes wrinkles.
Oh, that really hurt, didn't it? That stung.
She actually looked pissed. Really?
Okay, which one's the drunk?
He's the drunk.
Kisses his nose? What?
Like,
What's he got a
maybe.
knife? What the hell's that
What
about?
she used on my brother and her sister. Hacked them to pieces.
Why did he
Found
keep
parts
it?
of the bodies all over the house.
What?
In places you wouldn't think.
What?
The funny thing is the heads have never been found.
Oh, that-
Hands and feet and things like that.
Why would
No
he keep
heads.
that?
The wife, probably in a rage, threatened her husband with a
With
knife.
a
and
chef
then,
knife?
Carried away by hysteria, took a swing at him and simply went on from there.
She certainly went on. How many people did she kill, Mr. Pritchard?
Only two. Her husband and her sister. No one else was here.
So there are two loose heads just floating around in here somewhere?
You can hear them at night. They whisper to each other and then cry.
Since our host isn't here, would anyone care to mix me a drink?
Certainly. What will you have?
Good evening. I'm your host, Frederick Lauren. Since we're all strangers to each other, let's get acquainted with a drink, shall we?
Mr. Lauren, I advise you to call this party off now. The ghosts are already moving, and that's a bad sign.
Let me apologize
Oh, look
for
at
my
Jane
wife.
Horn.
She'll
See
join
Jane
us
Horn?
later. What do you have,
Scotch and.
Doctor?
Okay, I know
see.
Vincent Price is like 6'4".
Now, before the party begins, let's go over the details.
But he looks like
The
so
caretakers will
humongously
leave
tall.
at midnight,
He's like
locking us
6'5"
in
or
here
something.
until they come back in the morning. Once the door is locked, there's no way out. The windows have bars that a jail would be proud of, and the only door to the outside locks like a vault. There's no electricity, no phone, no one within miles, so no way to call for help.
Like a coffin.
So if any of you decide not to stay for the party, you must let me know before midnight. Of course, if you leave, I shan't be able to pay you anything.
I'm interested in your reasons for this, party. aside from pleasant company.
Ghosts, Doctor. I think everyone wonders what they would do if they saw a ghost.
We haven't had a party. Can we have a ghost party?
And now
We
my
should
wife
totally
has given
have a
us all
ghost
the
party.
opportunity to find out.
Pay him $15 to stay.
Music, ghosts, etc. Being only creations of hysteria, your party should be a success.
Well, Pritchard here promises us genuine
Okay,
ghosts.
so all Jessica's
7
kids.
now. Maybe more before morning.
I like that
True.
guy. He's got
4
his
men
whole
have
day
been
planned.
murdered in this house. And 3 women.
You planned your party very well, Mr. Lauren. 4 of us are men, 3 are women. And a ghost for everybody.
I like it.
Pritchard, why don't you take us on a tour through the house and let's see what happens, huh?
What, he's just all ready to go?
See that stain? Blood. A young girl was killed here. And whatever got her wasn't human. Don't stand there.
What do you mean? Where?
The blood. She's marked now. She's doomed.
It's too late. They've marked you.
Ridiculous. The roof probably leaks.
Oh, that must be what it is. Who would want to haunt me?
I would say any self-respecting male ghost.
I hope it doesn't come back.
Well, Mr. Pritchard, you're the
And
life
he's
of
being
the
very
party.
generous in that
He
one.
hasn't even started yet. Wasn't there a man who threw his wife into a wine vat or something?
That was in the cellar. There's been a murder almost every place in this house.
I want a house like that. Can we get our next house like that? I think eventually people just stop coming. We can start with you, Michelle.
Well, as long as you don't piss me off, I won't have to turn into that of wine.
All this belonged to a Mr.
Oh my
Norton,
god, this place is huge.
who didn't die here.
That's a nice cellar.
Why is there a crank on the wall?
Oh, for the wine vat, I'm sure.
What?
Mr.
What's
Norton
this?
Oh,
did a good
honestly.
deal of experimenting with wines. But his wife didn't think it was any good. So he filled the vat with acid and threw her in. She was supposed to stay down. But the bones came up. It's a funny thing. But none of the murders here were just ordinary. Just shooting or stabbing. They've all been sort of wild, violent, and different.
Why does this guy look surprised? Isn't it his house?
God, she didn't fall in.
Why wouldn't you
You mean
drain the
Mr.
friggin'
It's
acid?
simple acid!
Why would you have a vat of acid in your house? I mean, he keeps the murder weapons at hand, and he keeps a vat of acid on the real estate listing. What the fuck?
And what's this? Oh,
It's a dead rat? There's a dead rat.
that answers your question. Vat of acid.
Destroys everything with hair and flesh.
And then opens it and then lets them walk right up to it. What is his liability insurance? It must be with a roof.
That
Okay, yeah, what's the actual copay you have to pay when you got a friggin' vat of acid in your
Dry
basement?
and dusty down here.
Oh, there's
Vat of acid.
a cure for that upstairs.
Isn't it this guy's house?
Oh, jeez. I want a vat of acid in my
No,
house.
we're not
can-
putting
we
a
can
vat
get
of
a vat
acid
of
in the
acid.
basement.
How'd you
Then
get
I'd
by
lure
so
you
far?
to it.
I told
Michelle,
you they
get a
were
little
together.
closer. I
I
want
told
to
you
take
they
a
were
picture.
together.
You next to the vat of acid.
No.
Closer. Go closer. Back up a little bit.
Mr. Lawrence said everybody would get $10,000.
But he didn't say anything about being locked in.
No.
He just made a deal with me on the phone, but nothing about having to stay.
Aren't you going to stay?
If I don't, I lose $10,000.
I'm going to stay too. 10,000.
Lance the test pilot.
Yeah.
How many test pilots are there? I bet they're all named
You believe in
Lance.
ghosts?
Lance is an awesome name for a test
I
pilot.
don't know.
Well, I agree with what that doc says. You can spook yourself. I've done it in planes. Seen things that weren't really there. Or were they? What are you going to do with your $10,000? If we get it.
What do you mean if we get it? Won't he pay us if we stay?
Ah, sure he will. 10,000 is no more to him than a nickel is to us.
We were in an automobile accident. Now I'm the only one in the family who can make any money.
Boy, I've never seen so many doors. Closet?
He should be fearless because he's a test pilot.
Fucking
Right?
nosy.
Is he that how he's trying to impress her by looking through all the doors?
Bottles.
Do you make wine in a basement? I think you just keep it in
Heads.
the basement. What? What?
Heads.
Heads? Lance Mannion.
Does it go anywhere?
Hello.
It eats people.
Lance!
That's pretty cool. I've got a lot of new ideas for our basement now.
That involve Alexa.
Oh, don't say her name. She'll be summoned. That's cool.
Well, she's got a head.
And here comes. Oh, she's rolling in. She's rolling back out.
If you saw that, wouldn't you just, like, make sure they were okay?
Guess they just rolled her in on like a.
Just like somebody's little old grandma has gotten lost.
She just walking. Okay, that's thanks. What happened to Lance Mannion?
Please! Lance is gone, and there's a ghost.
See what I mean?
Please, come on!
Did she say Lance is gone? Gone where?
Lance Mannion. Ghost is born.
We'll have to break it down and stop.
Oh, it's not locked.
You all right?
Nothing that money won't cure. I must have bumped my head.
And the only way you could bump your head in here is to run head on into the wall. You didn't do that, did you? Let's get a bandage on that.
I want a giant kid.
By the way, there was a spooky old lady in that corner. You might want to check it out.
He didn't bump
Yeah.
his head. They hit him.
They?
The ghosts.
The ghosts that live in the empty closet.
Nora, when you came in, you said something about a ghost.
There was something.
What did it look like?
Well, it was wearing a black thing that went all the way to the floor.
Weren't you a little frightened at the time?
Well, yes.
That, Mr. Lauren, is hysteria.
Well, then, Doctor, how do you explain what happened to Lance? Was that hysteria, too?
You better get that checked in a day or so.
Thanks, Doc.
He's the type of guy that's gonna bargain with the ghost, isn't he?
I would totally bargain with the ghost.
The ghosts are coming closer, Mr. Lauren.
You really believe in your pet ghost, don't you, Pritchard?
Before the night's over, you will, too.
Would you like a drink, Lance?
No, thanks.
I'd like one. Scotch and. Mr. Lauren,
What's he
are you
doing?
really going to pay anyone who stays all night?
Certainly. $10,000.
Will there be much red tape or delay?
You in a hurry, dear?
Frankly, yes. Or frantically.
There you are, my dear.
So, Each of them gets $10,000.
If they survive, if they stay in the house for 12
so
hours.
What the fuck are they splitting up? Just like chill in a room together. What's the point of chasing off other people? Everybody's gonna get the fucking money.
Yeah, they really should have it. If you die, then the other people get the money. So there's certain incentive to kill each other.
Someone or something was
Or
in
get
here
each
when
other
I
to
came in.
flee or what the fuck ever.
Where?
Yeah.
And if the door was locked, how did it get out?
Anyway, the only one,
It had
Might have been a ghost
the one who
story, but what was in
benefits
there with
is
me was no ghost.
Vince.
I don't know. I was so scared.
If we ever build a house, I want to put
Listen to you?
secret chambers in there.
Yes.
Three, 6, 9, 12. 12 feet. Three, 6. Now I'm gonna knock on the other wall. When you hear me, you knock on this wall.
Oh, that's a good idea. Leave her alone.
That was a ghost knocking.
Tap lower down.
Why does nobody in any movies kick or punch or what the fuck?
It kind of reminds me of my mother-in-law.
Hey!
Both of them.
I saw it again.
I'm gonna give her the address to this. You're gonna be fucked.
Talk about Trump. That's what she looks like.
Where'd it come from?
That's what
I'm in
everybody
here.
looks like in his America. Nasty.
He's beautiful.
What if it ran out of here? I'd have seen it.
Fits on.
Lance, it doesn't run. It just floats.
Watch
Yeah,
out
but
with the microphone.
Why didn't I see it?
You don't believe me.
How can I?
Dick.
I like to be able to walk like that. It's pretty cool. I can go around scaring people.
He's gonna get punched in the face.
I'm Annabelle Lauren.
You think she thinks he's gonna hit on her?
I don't know.
You must be Miss Manning.
Future wife number
I
5?
realize this is a very unusual and I'm
He
afraid very
must be
dull
the one that
party.
he's sapping up.
Wouldn't you like to freshen up?
Come onto my vat of acid.
This is your room.
With the spindle.
Pressing, isn't it?
I doubt if I'll spend much time here.
It's going to rain. Perfect atmosphere for my husband's party. Why did you come here?
He said he'd give me $10,000.
Why did he pick you?
I don't know. My supervisor just came and said I'd been invited.
How long have you known my husband?
She's
I just
suspicious.
met him tonight.
She's jealous.
So? Why you? What were you doing wandering around by yourself?
Well, I was in the cellar with Lance, Mr. Schroeder, and I just left, that's all.
Don't do it again. Don't go anywhere in this house by yourself. Now fix your face and I'll come by for you in a few minutes.
But
You're in danger. We all are.
who?
I hope for your sake you never find out. I'm Annabelle Lauren. Were you looking for something?
Not exactly.
Are you the doctor?
No, I'm Lance Schroeder.
The pilot. You've hurt yourself.
Oh, it's just a bump on the head. Which is my room?
I believe this is it.
Thank you, Mrs. Lauren.
Annabelle, Lance.
Is she gonna hit on him now?
He's probably gonna hit on everyone.
She didn't hit on the girl, did she?
No.
You were with the young girl in the cellar. Why was she so upset?
Was she?
And you don't look like the type to go around bumping his head. What really happened, Lance?
Well, Nora thought she saw a ghost, but I didn't see anything.
She was just frightened then.
And mad at me, I think. I kidded her about it.
I wouldn't joke about anything else that happens here tonight.
Now, don't tell me you're taking all this seriously.
Aren't you?
Well, I'd like to find out what hit me.
Lance. If I need help, may I count on you?
Sure, I guess so. Look, what's going on here anyway? I mean, what is with this party bit?
This is no party. He's planning something.
Your husband?
I wish I knew what it was.
She
Must
planned
be
the
pretty
party.
big if
Why
he's
would
gonna
she
lay
have
out
the
50,000.
party in the house with the
Money
ass
doesn't mean
vet?
anything. He has a reason for getting us all up here to this dreadful old house.
Well, what
Did she
for?
know
He
about the
doesn't
house
even
with the
know
ass
us.
vet first, or did she have to go look for a house with the
No
ass vet?
idea.
What can he get away with?
Oh, he thinks that big money like his can get away with anything. You know, of course, that I'm his fourth wife. The first simply disappeared. The other two died. Lance, I don't want to join them.
You're my first
You
wife.
mean he,
Oh, his doctor
just
said they
disappeared.
died of heart attacks.
Dead.
2 girls in their 20s.
Died of a heart
what
attack?
can he do?
Boom!
My husband is sometimes insane with jealousy. Nothing matters to him then.
Or we do a lot of coke.
Please be careful.
Wait a minute, and she's insane with jealousy, and she's inviting, talking
Kill
to
me
him
if he could.
alone in a room.
Also, he says he wants a divorce and never wants to see her again.
Yeah.
Not the face. We're going to run into the very busy room.
I bet you're missing all the fun. Nora Manning was almost killed by a falling chandelier. The pilot bashed his head in.
Is he badly hurt?
The Saturnine psychiatrist bandaged him up.
Saturnine?
Don't you want to go and console him, as you do most men,
He didn't seem Saturnine
in
to
your
me.
fashion?
You're so clever, Frederick.
As I lie awake nights wondering why I married you. It was rather a mistake.
You didn't marry me, dear. I married you. Unpleasant, but no mistake.
Hurry up.
Frederick, for the
like a
last time, I'm not
nightmare.
going to your party.
Why'd
The
she
last
come
time
to
it's
the
not
house?
my party, but yours. And you are going.
I cannot figure out whose party this is.
I am.
She planned it,
Ready?
and she
No.
went to the house.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
What you adore
That
me
could've
as
worked.
much as I
I'm gonna try that next
Oh,
time we have
my.
an
All
argument.
you want to be is a lovely widow.
I think this only works if you're Vincent Price. Do not
almost
do
time
this
to
at
lock up
home,
the house.
kids.
Then your party will really begin.
Hmm.
I
It's
wonder
the,
how it'll
Or
end.
you're married. And have consent.
so you say if I fix price, I could get away with it.
Oh no, you can get away with it. I'm telling you, you can't.
Okay. So next time it's a hair pulling session. Next time, we have an
Every
argument?
time you get all rowdy bowdy, I'm just gonna grab your head.
Hey,
Close to
I
midnight,
gotta
man.
go bald.
Okay. I'll be down in a minute.
Who is it?
Your host, my dear.
I'm not leaving.
It's almost midnight, Nora.
So
We're
what?
all going to get together down in the living room.
All right, Mr. Lauren. I'll be right down.
So they're supposed to have been there 6 hours already?
I suppose so.
Because they say in the morning. That's got to be like 6 in the morning, right? Why would you not have all those...
Ah! That'd be a good product for a store. A head in the box.
Why is she freaking out? It was clearly a mannequin. What is with the curtain? She's afraid of the curtain.
Remember, this is a very cheap movie. They're trying their best to make that look real.
With bars on the window.
What is she doing? Why is she?
I don't know.
Why is she suddenly going exploring? Shouldn't she want to go
I
to like?
saw a head. Oh, look, here's a mysterious
go
place.
exploring.
Hang on.
Come with us. Come with us before he kills you.
That didn't work out well.
Where's Nora? Miss Manning.
Somewhere.
Found a head.
Getting manhandled in a hallway.
I want to help her look
That's
exactly like
Jonas
that.
Slides and his wife. They've been caretakers here for years. She's blind, you know.
I'm not going to stay here.
Well, Doctor, it looks like we have a real case of hysteria on our hands.
I think she's just a little upset, not hysterical.
Give it a minute. I'll work harder.
Oh, she finally showed
Costume change.
Good evening.
up. Is that fashionable? This is rather plain to me.
1959, maybe.
Hello, my dear. This is my wife. These are our guests. Ruth Bridges, Dr. Trent. You know Watson Pritchard, of course. Nora Manning, and this is Lance Schroeder.
There. See each other. I like those guys. Now that's personality right there.
10,000.
I don't care. He wants to kill me.
Who wants to kill you?
Mr. Lauren.
May I have your attention, please? I think you all
Lord is trying
remember
to
the
kill her.
bargain we made about staying all night. $10,000 apiece. If any of you don't survive, $50,000 will be divided amongst the rest of you.
Ooh, okay, that makes
If I
sense
should
now.
die, you will be paid by my estate. When the door is locked from the outside by the caretakers, we'll all be forced to stay in this house until morning. If any of you decide not to stay, you must leave with the caretakers now. You won't have a chance to change your minds later, because there'll be no way to get out.
I don't want to stay.
Wait.
Okay, 7 people. If one died, they get 50,000 divided amongst themselves, which would be less if all of them survived and they got 10,000.
Wait.
So everybody stay in the same damn room, and we're all good.
Wait a minute. So there's 5 of them.
There's 7
If
of them.
4 of them die, 7? Are you sure? I think it's only 5 that gets to
Midnight
50,000.
yet? Who told them they could leave?
They never leave before midnight.
Well, they've gone now.
Toodles.
I was going to ask you whether you wanted to stay or not, but it seems that the caretakers have made the decision for you. We're all locked in now.
But I don't want to stay.
And I'm sorry, my dear, but it's too late now.
Darling, haven't you had enough of the silly game? Get some cars up here for these people and let them go home. But pay them first.
This is your party, remember. In spite of my wife's faith in my ability to do the impossible, we will all have to stay in this house until 8 o'clock in the morning. But we have some party favors for you in these little coffins.
Nice.
Tell me this is at least Halloween.
My
'Cause
idea.
what the hell? Why'd you just have a
must say,
party
I think
like
it's
this?
rather
I hope
dangerous.
everybody's got a gun.
I suppose
Nice.
you all know how to use one of these things, but in case you don't, you just press down on this lever with your thumb and then pull the trigger. You see, they're loaded.
Blow out your wife's eardrum. I get smacked on the fucking head again.
These are no good against the dead, only the living.
Doctor? Lance?
How about we all just agree to leave
Okay.
all the fucking guns
So they
in
just
here?
said that every time someone dies, or leave, do they leave the house or dies?
Take it.
Dies.
They get an extra $50,000, and they give them all guns.
Miss Bridges?
So it's 50,000 times 4.
Okay,
if one
your
guy's doing the
fail is
shooting
going to
for-
cost more than that, just flat out.
Yeah. Who knows, you may want to use it on me before this night is over.
She wants to use it on you now.
Throw these guns away. They won't do you any good.
I agree with Pritchett
He's
on
drunk
that
now.
Says the
point,
drunk
although
guy
not
who
for the same
probably
reason.
should.
Dr. Trent, don't you approve of our little party favors?
Suppose Nora had had a gun when she mistook the blind woman for a ghost.
I don't think anyone else is going to walk around in total darkness.
Oh, I'm sure we're not going to go running around the house shooting each other, aren't you?
Who knows? Fear makes people do amazing things.
$50,000 make people do amazing.
No
things.
shit.
That's probably like $500,000 in today's
You said
dollars.
your sister-in-law killed a man and a woman here and cut them up? You said they found hands and feet, but they never found any heads. Would you like to see one of those heads? Would you all like to see
Yeah,
one
why
of
is
those
she just
heads?
bringing them up now?
Well, just follow me.
See, it took that long to straight the
I
head?
had no idea.
For heaven's sakes. It's a head. Gotta bring the head.
I really don't need this.
So I'm going to point it at your head. They're all dusty. Look how dusty they are.
Well, they have caretakers, but
Just
there's
go look at
cobwebs
my-
everywhere. So what the hell? Well,
Well,
one of the caretakers
caretakers.
has got a blind.
No,
What the hell is the point of a
caretakers-
blind caretaker?
That's the caretaker's wife.
Oh.
The caretaker generally takes care of outside in the cottage. They don't go in the house. That's for a housekeeper.
No.
But it was in there.
But who's in there?
A woman's head.
Nora,
And my
I
nightie.
think you're a little upset. Would you care for a sedative?
Get out! Get out, all of you! All of you, get out of here and leave me alone! Just get out of here!
Okay, that reaction was a little extreme.
That's like you when that tried to take away your last
Think it's all
coat.
right to leave her by herself, Doctor?
I wish she'd taken
My
the
cloak, it's
sedative.
way over there.
What do you suppose she thought she saw?
They're closing in on her.
Look, Doc, I think somebody ought to stay with her.
There could be 1,000,000 people around her. But if they wanted her, they'd get her.
Oh no.
What if he's right?
He's too drunk to know what he's talking about.
I wonder. I'll join you in a minute.
Do you think it would do any good if you went in and talked to her?
Well, do you think there really was a head in her suitcase?
I don't know.
A thing like that would put me right over the edge.
But would you sort of stay up here, I mean, in case she needs help?
All right. I'll be in my room. Just call it.
Thanks.
Is this supposed to be a mystery about who we think is going to kill who?
Possibly.
Are we trying to figure
It's
something
supposed to
out?
be a thriller.
Are you sure there are only 7 people in this house?
Positive. Except for the ghosts.
I don't believe in ghosts, nor in frightening women. In Nora's case, it's gone far enough. Perhaps too far.
What do you suggest we do about it, Doctor?
Don't frighten her anymore.
A very Saturday night of him. I think you just can't give guns as party gifts anymore. The federal regulations. It's very sad. Especially,
Regulations on giving guns on gifts and buying them secondhand is
Nora?
a little.
they want to make it
hard
illegal.
lackadaisical.
They want to make it illegal just so you could to give guns to another person.
Yeah, because crap like this.
Heads?
All it takes is one nightmare. One fucked up Vincent Price party and it ruins everything for everybody.
There you go.
Alright,
See, that's what I agree.
me in my head.
My head. Look what I found. You'll love it. Is that a woman?
He's like a
What do
big
you know
fucking
about this?
garden.
They've taken her. In a little while, she'll be one of them.
Where's Norton?
Where is she? It's too late. It's too late. You'll never find her again.
Pritchard, if you
Is
know
he
where she
getting money
is,
on
better
this?
tell
He
me
must be
now.
getting paid big time to rent his house out.
There's nothing you can do about it.
What the hell?
That's very
That was
dramatic
like the worst
strangling.
sound ever. Oh no! And look at that big old slack rope. And her dainty, dirty feet.
You gotta see if you gotta try to get her down. She might not be dead. Unless he broke her neck or something. I think it's a snap. Depends how far she dropped.
Dropped where? Dropped where from?
Is that Nora?
Really? Did you call the po-po? Nobody broke a window? They were all like, okay, we actually got a dead body. Now things are down to business.
Well, that was the whole point of the movie. Was people gonna be killed by ghosts.
Nora?
He's so happy now.
She's dead, Mr. Lauren. Your wife hanged herself.
Suicide.
Thank God.
About time. Oh, he has very bad luck with wives. They all died. I'm jealous.
Okay, he was a playboy in the 50s. There's a lot of drugs going around for those two girls who have died of heart attacks. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's like cocaine, right? 2 20-year-old wives dying of heart attack.
Playboys in California. Okay, we know what happened.
Why do you have to be married? Can't you?
Please, hide.
What's the matter?
I know.
He tried to kill me. He grabbed me and choked me and put me in that room. And then he went away and left me.
Who?
He thought I was dead.
Who?
Mr. Lord.
Are you sure about this?
I don't know. It was dark, but it must have been him.
Has anybody seen you since he left you?
I heard some people in that room, but I went by and nobody saw me.
Mrs. Lauren is dead.
Now, does everybody get 50,000 because of that, or is she not part of the group?
But I think somebody killed
She's
her.
part of the group.
Him.
Oh, I don't know if she's part of it. No, they have to.
See?
Well, now they have to kill more people because they've left money.
Well, if you think about it, he set it up, this party, so that he'd give the incentive for 5 strangers to kill his wife, right? So they get $50,000 to spread out among them. Which would double their take from 10,000 to 20,000. This guy's a genius. How many wives does this guy get die on before they start
I'm sure you've come to the same
investigating him?
conclusion I have.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, let's all have a meeting, discuss what to do. The living room?
Okay, in a minute. I gotta go downstairs. Now you lock yourself in here and don't let anybody know you're here.
In any of the doors.
If he thinks you're dead, he won't come here. And I'll get back as soon as I can. You'll be all right. And if you have to, you use it.
Vince is always looking sneaky.
That's what he does.
Do you want me to get one of those mustaches that curl up at the edges? Do I have to get mustache wax to have that happen, or can you just teach it to grow like that?
No, you need mustache wax.
So beautiful. So greedy.
So cold. What are you doing in here?
Wait, don't we?
What do you mean coming in here?
I didn't want them to take her away.
You're drunk.
They will if you don't watch her.
You're drunk. All right, out with it, Bridget. Why did you come into this room?
I'm the only one who understands.
Understands what?
Your wife isn't there anymore. She's already joined them.
Bridget, I've had enough of your spook talk. Get out, you sot, and don't come back into this room again.
Why do beds have curtains like that?
Keep the draft out.
But isn't this a brand new house? It's not like from the 1500s or something.
It looks Victorian on the outside. I mean, on the inside.
It doesn't match at all.
Where's what's her name? Nora.
Well, he's getting drunker and drunker, isn't he?
I didn't disturb her since I don't think this concerns her.
No, you're right.
Mr. Lauren, isn't there some way we can get out of this house now?
You must think he's gonna die. He keeps on saying
no.
we're all gonna die,
We
right?
could try breaking out.
Does he
The
wanna
only door
die?
to the outside is made of steel. The bars of the windows are set in solid stone. We gotta stay.
I'm not afraid of your ghosts, Bridget. But I am afraid. When we came here a few hours ago, the only thing we had in common was the $10,000 we'd get. Now, however, we share something else. The death of Mrs. Lauren.
Do they get money for that or what?
So far tonight, one of us was almost killed by a falling chandelier. One of us was mysteriously slugged. One of us has been driven to the brink of absolute hysteria. And one of us is dead.
Mysteriously slugged.
Were these accidents?
I want a giant
Suicide?
horn. Can you give me a giant horn?
And we must stay here for 6 more hours.
Whenever I want like nachos, it'd be the nacho horn.
No.
Nacho horn.
I'm in it.
Who'll be next?
Right here, nacho horn.
What
No.
happened?
Let me ask you a
Not your
question,
horn.
Doctor. You were the first one to see my wife there. Did you also see anything that she could have climbed up on and then jumped?
No.
Did any of it? There was nothing. How then did she get up there so high?
Exactly, Mr. Lauren. How? She couldn't have pulled herself up there. She couldn't have dropped from the ceiling.
Invisible horse.
Do you think your wife killed herself?
No. She was murdered by one of you.
For the money.
Or you, Mr. Lauren? To deliberately kill someone, you must have a reason.
We were all strangers to your wife. Only you had a motive for murder.
What husband hasn't at some time wanted to kill his wife?
Hey!
What husband hasn't had 1,000 opportunities to do it in such a way so that he'd never be suspected? I'm not such a fool as to hang my wife from a
We count
ceiling
them
by
every
a
day, by
rope.
the way.
The fact remains that you, or one of us, murdered Mrs. Lauren. And that's a matter for the police.
So how do we get the police?
Next break.
That's my point. We can't until morning. What began as a silly party given by an eccentric has now involved us all in murder.
For once, Pritchard may be right. If another murder's in the works, let's stop it now.
Another murder.
Why not? Maybe one of us saw too much.
Why should even a millionaire want to give each of us $10,000 to spend one night in a gloomy old house? To see some ghosts, have a party? No.
Have you finished trying me, Doctor? And is the verdict guilty of murder?
Oh, this isn't getting us anywhere. Somebody killed Mrs. Lauren. We know that.
Why did he give them
One
all
of us
guns?
is guilty and the rest of us are innocent, okay?
Make no
What we
freaking
have to do
sense.
for the next 6 hours is protect ourselves from each other.
You really think?
I don't think anything. I just know that I'm going to my room. And if anybody comes in, I'll shoot him. Or her.
And if we all stay in our rooms, we'll be safe. Because the innocent will have no reason to leave his room. And the guilty will admit his guilt if he or she does.
And we all have guns.
We're all agreed.
Oh, I wish this
And
night
we're all
were
gonna shoot
over.
each other.
Room? tell you, it doesn't make any difference. They aren't through with us yet.
Did he get a gun, or only the people in the party?
No, he gave his... Oh, I don't know. He
Was there
probably
5
got a gun.
guns, or were there more?
There was a bunch of
No, there was
guns.
more, because his wife got a gun and rejected it. There's 7 total.
Perhaps.
So is he giving everybody extra $50,000 now that his wife is dead?
I have no idea.
What's the use of saying goodnight?
Okay, Mr. Dramatic.
Let me guess.
Good night.
In the last 6 minutes, I've had 12 opportunities to kill you. I didn't take any of them.
Where would you get dinner?
Nino's.
Good night,
Good
Hart.
call. They deliver now. I can make chicken wings every day.
And then the cats would rebel and eat you.
The cats will be sold off.
No, they wouldn't. Your brother
It's
would
cat
never
food.
allow it.
Cat food.
Your brother would never, ever allow it. Oh, my God. It would be the end of you. Uncle Kenny to the rescue.
Seems rather unhappy. Why is he so unhappy? His wife just died. He just wanted that. He must be used to wives
Apparently
dying.
not that way.
Did you think he had... Do you think he sexed his wife to death with the heart attack? You think he's
Yeah,
so
I bet
good
he did.
at boning that the 20-year-olds had a heart attack from over-sexing? I just thought about that.
Sex with Vincent Price is enough to stop one's heart. Badoom.
Twice, 20-year-old. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Now, why is the hill haunted? Isn't the house haunted? Should be a haunted house on a hill, not house on a haunted hill.
Well, it doesn't sound so cool.
Well, they should explain why the hill is haunted. It's a plot hole. Jab you with those things. Oh, what's this? She marked again.
Oh my God. This nasty ass ceiling is following her around. That's so gross, this poor lady.
Nora, it's me, Lance.
Unless it's somebody with a tape recorder.
This shocking
to
that
their
she's
rooms, lock themselves
letting
in.
him in a
That's what I've
bedroom.
been thinking. It was so dark down there. Maybe it
No,
wasn't
because
Mr.
these are
Lawrence.
kind of like
It was
apartments.
him, all right. He tried
She's
to
not
kill
in her
you. He
nightie
did
or
kill his
anything.
wife.
How can you be so sure?
She tried to warn me, asked me to help her. The doc thinks he's going to try and kill one of us. Now, there must be a way out of this place, and I'm going to find it and get the police before he does.
I'm going with you.
What if he finds out you're alive? No, Nora. You're safer here than any place else. Now just lock yourself in and keep quiet.
What?
If I find a way out, I'll come back and get you.
What? What?
when we build our next house, and number one, vat of acid in the basement, multiple secret lairs, falling chandeliers everywhere, and it's got to be built on a haunted hill. Well, that's just cool. Is she just staring at this? Just sit there while a rope entangles your feet. You deserve to die.
This is like a foot fetish scene. She's even got toe cleavage.
What the fuck is toe cleavage? I see my toe cleavage. My toe right there.
She's gonna hang her by her feet.
Well, that's very nice of them.
I'm telling you, look at this.
Her feet are really jammed in there. She's still carrying around the gun. Of course she is.
Now that everybody's gone and
So they didn't take the gun away from the hysterical girl.
no,
Who
they
already
did
still
not take the gun away from the
was like
hysterical.
seconds from killing a blind old woman. They just didn't take it away from her. She's back again. What's that? Oh no! What's that? Monkey paw! What does the monkey paw to do with anything? How the monkey? There's no dead monkeys in this. Freema. You just throw in a monkey paw.
He's visiting.
Is it a monkey? It could
It's
have
an
been a
extra
zombie.
From some other movie. Decided
Could have been
to
a zombie paw, but I think you're right. It's a monkey paw. Is the haunted hill
the
haunted by
monkeys.
dead monkeys? Or rebobs, as the case may be. It's not like they know about player pianos back in the 50s, right?
Yes, they had player pianos.
It's like the iPod of the 50s.
I honestly think they had player pianos. They had player pianos back on steamboats.
Yeah.
I think. There's going to be somebody in the comment section that's all like, I know everything about player pianos.
No one's going to watch this. Oh, boy.
Watch it. The one guy that knows all about player pianos.
An admission of guilt, Doctor?
Certainly not. There's either somebody else in this house or one of us has left his room. Did you hear anything?
Organ music?
That, and someone walking.
You got yours? Ready?
You look downstairs, and I'll look up here.
Why does he
Why not
think that
together?
he's so trustworthy?
There may be only minutes, seconds left of someone's life.
Yeah, I thought he was.
It's time.
Like, not for nothing. What?
Yeah, what the hell is Mr. Test Pilot doing there all this time? Yeah, why is there? The house is maybe 30 years old. Why are there paintings from like 1500s on the walls?
They brought them in. They're reconstructions because they're nice.
And why would you build your house on a haunted hill?
It's cheap.
The guy where you
Get what you pay for. Guy with the monkey paw.
Evil monkeys.
Is that the room with the dead chick in it?
No, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're right. That's where the body should be.
That answers that question. Creeper.
It's almost over, darling.
Darling.
Every detail was perfect.
Ooh.
There goes my 50,000. That Shakaroonie, was that a twisteroonie for you, Michelle? Did you see that one coming?
We've done it. A perfect crime.
Is it?
Has she killed him?
Not yet, but she will.
Get me out of this hanging harness.
No one bothered to check to
Why
see if she had a
can't she
handgun.
undo it? She could just very well.
At first, I couldn't get Nora to want to protect herself with a gun.
Wouldn't you try to get out of the hanging harness as soon as possible? Well, I guess...
You were wonderful.
She
Just
didn't
the
need
touch that
help.
Finally drove her into complete hysteria.
It'll be worth all of our planning, darling. Where's Nora now? What's happening?
On her way to the cellar. So scared she'll shoot the first thing that moves.
And Frederick?
On his way to the cellar, too.
David, are you sure none of them will suspect us?
Of what? An hysterical girl accidentally shoots somebody? Who would suspect that we planned it that way, that we drove her to it?
What about my suicide?
But just a ghost party gag. We'll claim it was a dummy since I'm the only one who touched you.
And the caretakers?
Well, they had no idea what they were really doing.
What about Nora? She's not stupid, you know.
Darling, believe me, everything we planned is working perfectly. Nora is sure Frederick murdered you. She thinks Frederick attacked her in the cellar, not me. And now Nora's almost out of her mind with fear. The heads, the music, you're hanging. I tell you, when Frederick walks in there, she'll shoot him.
Couldn't she just wait a few seconds till he actually shoots?
David, you ought to be there.
Oh, honestly.
When you hear the shot, come down to the cellar.
If you introduce a vat of acid in the first act, someone's got to be dumped into the vat in
Here
the
she
third act.
comes.
Someone's going in the vat of acid, I can tell you that for sure. Michelle, I would push you into a vat of acid. That seems like a horrible way to die. She's just trying to kill people, isn't she? What's her motive at this point?
Don't know.
She's got super scared and decided to go into the basement with the vat. Is she chasing ghosts? Stupid girls. Only men can bust ghosts. Here we go. Not Vince. Save Vince. Hey, Nora. Blam, 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 blam.
No!
They're all full of blanks.
She's a good screamer, though. That's a good scream. Is that her scream? You think it's a stunt scream?
I think
That's such a good scream.
there was one girl that did all the screams in Hollywood for a long time.
Wilhelm does a lot of screaming. There we go.
Why are you opening that? Oh, because he's going to throw Vincent
Oh! Something tells me Vince woke up. You can't push Vince in a vat of acid.
No,
You promised not to, if you wanted a divorce, you wouldn't have a
I would
party
just
in
divorce you, I
a
swear.
vat of acid involved.
It would be very quick.
I want this in
I
writing.
don't know what would happen, but it would probably involve me being all like, that is just about enough of that.
And you're going to push me.
Getting the cats, going to my mom's, having a lawyer talk to you.
Just
I
exclude
promise
all
it would not
possibilities
involve a vat of acid.
of haunted houses with vats of acid. Because I don't want any part of that. But I do want a vat of acid. Think of all the things we could do with a vat of acid in the basement.
I've actually seen the whole vat of acid thing. I watched it on YouTube the other day about dissolving bodies in vats of acid. And it was very educational and very dangerous.
That's not
and not even
This is not encouraging. That's making me a little nervous right now.
You know that I'm writing a book about a necromancer, so I don't know why on earth you're surprised that I'm talking about dissolving things in vats of acid. It's kind of my gig these days.
Well, don't lean over a vat of acid, whatever you do. Oh, that's
You
cool.
see a head coming out of it with the hole in the top because it obviously was suspended by something.
Skulls are cool.
That's
I love
fucking
the skull. Look at
hilarious.
that. Look at that.
Just for the record, we do not sell this.
I want to sell a whole body
Is it totally just made out of propylene?
with perfect teeth. I gotta contact the medical schools. We can get a whole skeleton for sale.
At last you've got it all. Everything I have. Even my life. But you're not going to live to enjoy it. Come with me, murderess. Come with me.
Look at, he's about a foot shorter than Vince. He gets to shrink when you.
He's like the tiniest little skeleton ever.
That's a female
This
skeleton.
poor guy shrunk.
I would definitely try to scare you into the vat of acid. Sure. Yeah, go on, go for it.
No, you
Go-
get-
Scare you into the vat of acid.
See, this is funny because I used to have night terrors when I was
Fun.
a kid. And one of my cousins turned on the light in my room just as one of my posters let go and swooped over the bed. And I guess he thought it was going to scare me half to death, and I just punched a hole right through that thing. And he's all like, oh my god.
This is really a
When I get
parable about
afraid, I hit things.
the perils
I
of
go
divorce.
to haunted houses. I'm releasing for liability insurance. Oh my god, I totally thought that was something the music was coming through.
Oh, he was like a monkey.
Like a little monkey with crack. Oh my god.
You don't try to push Vince into a vat of acid. He's got everything figured out.
I don't even
But that
understand
skeleton
how
is
this
2
control
feet shorter than he
this.
is.
I
Of course, it could have been one of the other victims that got thrown into the vat of acid, maybe.
know. That little
Didn't have to be
skinny
Vince.
guy.
The crime you two planned was indeed perfect. Only the victim is alive and the murderers are not.
That's kind of not perfect entirely.
Pity you didn't know when you started your game of murder that I was playing too.
He's always Vince. I love Vince. He's good at murdering.
There must be some way to get in here.
It's right along here, somewhere.
Lance!
Lance
I
Mannion
shot Mr. Loren. He's down in the
did
wine
nothing
cellar.
in the whole movie.
I don't think
No,
so.
he's not. I saw him 2 seconds ago in that other secret corridor with this little monkey thing that was all...
He was cool carrying the head around. What do they do with the head?
I don't know.
It's him. He's alive.
You didn't shoot anyone, my dear. I loaded your gun with blanks.
I told you.
I can tell you all now. Trent and my wife were planning to kill me. They failed. Trent tried to throw me in the vat. My wife stumbled and fell. I'm ready for justice to decide if I'm innocent or guilty.
I hope he threw away the part where he had a marionette of a
The
skeleton.
marionette skeleton.
Yeah, that's yeah, Vince. Yeah, so you had this marionette of a skeleton. What the hell is that for?
Still open.
That's interesting. Jury's got to figure out what the hell.
There'll be more, many more. They're coming for me now. And then they'll come for you.
I said, but there's no supernatural element in this whole thing.
There isn't any, not at all.
He was just a drunk asshole who didn't bother cleaning out the vat of acid in his basement. If you just replace it with water, they both would be fine.
There's a supernatural element. It's Vincent Price having a death party.
Yeah, what the hell? That's some serious fucked up shit. What were they thinking? Oh, look, the skeleton by himself. So it's not a girl skeleton. I want that skeleton. That was awesome. So, what's your review, Michelle?
Wow, that was a thing. Vincent Price is cute. That's my review.
And you're not gonna, if you get a divorce, you're not gonna throw me into a vat of acid?
If you get a divorce, I'm not throwing you
But
into
if
a vat
you
of
do
acid.
try to throw me a vat of acid, I'm gonna throw you in with my marionette skeleton.
You can
We'll
try.
I will,
it's not
definitely.
Gonna work on me.
Who the hell tries to...
I don't know.
Who would be stupid enough to try to kill Vincent Price by throwing him to acid? Well, that's it, folks. That's the end. Watch out.
Here's my sock.
Is it done? That's a tiny sock.
I know. It's a toe of a sock. Isn't it pretty?
Okay. None of the cats came visiting us.
I know.
Okay.
I watched, though.
Bye, skulls.
Buy skulls from us. Not like those. Those
I'm
are
hitting the
cheesy.
button.
Ours are good.
I'm hitting the button. There you go. We're going.
Bye-bye.
No,